What's up, everybody? Michael Carlisle Sports Bar, JJ Buck opening drive with you once again, hanging out this week. All right, everyone's looking for the concern. What's wrong? If we look at this Warriors-Rocket series, we'll start there. Any concern with the Warriors, or is this just another blip on the radar?
Oh, I think there's certainly some concern, but the biggest issue is the Rockets are pretty good, and they're playing well right now. Now, certainly Golden State could play better. You know, the game Saturday with Curry missing the dunk and then they just electing not to foul. You kind of scratch your head a little bit on that. But, you know, the Rockets are a really good team, and this has all of a sudden turned into a great series.
I want to talk myself into this being different, and this Houston team has an edge. Chris Paul will be healthy for Game 6 or Game 7. These are things I want to believe, but I just don't see it. I don't see Klay and Steph being bad from three the entire series. Kevin Durant can get whatever he wants on the court, so I think it will be more of the same. But I will say I underestimate the Rockets just based on what happened last year in that Western Conference.
No, and I think that's 100% fair. I'm with you. I think, you know, Golden State headed back home now. I think they still have an advantage, but we thought this series was probably going to be over in 4 or 5 games. That's obviously not going to be the case, but, you know, it's fun watching these guys go slug it out and see what happens at the end.
And we'll see the same thing happen throughout the course of this series with the Nuggets and Trailblazers. But Milwaukee and Boston, get to your squad, the Celtics. What I think is interesting is the fallout from this series. I like Boston, but when your second best player supposedly should have been Gordon Hayward, he breaks his leg. There's nothing you can do. That changed who he is as a player. 27 minutes in Game 4. Hits 1 field goal, scores 2 points. And when you have someone like Kyrie Irving that makes a lot of tough shots, but that's all he takes is tough shots.
Right.
The stretch he's in, you're going to see that team struggle. So it's not just now can they get back in the series, but also what does that mean for the future of Kyrie and the Celtics?
Yeah, it's an interesting situation, and, you know, they had their ups and downs in the regular season. It looked early on in the playoffs like they had figured things out and had come together. There's a lot of talent on that team, but I don't know that there's a lot of team with that talent, and that might be the issue there. You know, we'll see what happens the rest of this way. I think they're in a really bad spot, down 3-1 to Milwaukee, and then we'll see what Boston does this offseason because something's got to change here a little bit. I don't think, you know, look, you got a great coach, you got a lot of talent, but you got to get some guys to play together.
That is very interesting. And I do like Brad Stevens. I think people watch what he did when Kyrie was out, and the team, the run they went on last year kind of elevated him. But the whole chemistry aspect is going to be interesting watching him moving forward. And last year was the summer of LeBron. This year is going to be the summer of a ton of movement. When you look at Kyrie, you look at KD, Klay Thompson. So the Warriors, the Celtics, a lot of names out there. Philadelphia, Toronto. I'm surprised Toronto go back in that series. But for the love of God, Joel Embiid, can someone get him some Pepto, some Pedialyte? How is it he's sick once again? And is it just, hey, I have a bad game, so I had the flu? What's going on?
Well, I guess the plus side, he's not injured. He's just sick. But, yeah, get the man something. My goodness. But that series has turned interesting, and all of a sudden I'm kind of leaning Toronto again. I thought they were done a couple of games ago. Philly was looking really good, and the Raptors seemed kind of out of sorts. Now all of a sudden I got that feeling about Toronto again.
The NBA playoffs are good. Before we get out of here, you know the sports bar is where you go for your MMA, your boxing, especially on Tuesdays. Cerrone had a big week, and UFC 237, very intriguing upcoming as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good card this weekend, and depending on how things shakes out, that's probably going to open up some things for a couple of fighters here, especially Michelle Waterson. She's looking for a title shot, and she's probably going to get it against the winner of this weekend's fight. So, yeah, lots of cool stuff.
Brock Lesnar, retired, didn't get paid enough. What happened there?
He's wrestling retired, meaning, I'm retired, but I'm still getting tested. He got tested a couple of weeks ago. It seems like what it came down to was money. So Dana's like, all right, you're retired then. We're not using you. You're not coming back yet. He might come back at some point, but he's still making great money with WWE. He's already booked on a show in Saudi Arabia for them. So
no one is ever retired in the fight game. No one is ever retired. The opening drive, 7 to 10 a.m. Of course, Sports Bar 327, or whenever the Isotopes start their game.
Exactly. Your weekly Benchwarmers code word is playoffs.
Playoffs?
Thank you. Text Fandango to 62582 for your chance to win a $25 Fandango gift card.
Sorry about the delay.
That's right.
I noticed.